Hi, Stuart Lance here with the Griffin Institute. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how to resolve being stressed out about the future. We are actually evolutionarily designed, so to speak, to focus on what's going wrong so that we can stay safe. That's perfectly natural and totally normal. But if you want to resolve being stressed out about the future and get where you want to go instead, you have to take your attention off where you don't want to go and start putting it on where you do want to go, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. It was Eleanor Roosevelt who said, "All the water in the world can't drown you unless it gets inside you." One of the most subtle things that you can do is shift your mindset, shift your attitude. And mindset is actually incredibly, incredibly powerful. It can save people's lives, it can drastically improve their health conditions, and it can totally resolve a stressful situation and help you move in the direction that you want to go. So the very first thing that you need to do, if you recognize that you are stressed and you also recognize that you don't want to be and you don't want to get what you're thinking about, the first thing to do is to recognize that what you have within you is greater than anything that you are facing or will ever face. And I'll tell you exactly what I mean. I'm going to tell you about a little secret called the results formula. Our thinking causes our feelings. If you think about it, you know it's true. When you think about things that you're grateful for, you feel happy. When you think about things, when you think about how much you have to do and how little time you have to do it, you feel stressed and overwhelmed. So thinking causes feelings. Feelings by law are translated into action. How many of you, think for yourself here, how many of you have ever not done something because you just didn't feel like it? Everyone has. Everyone has. But this proves a point that how you feel modifies your behavior. Now, point number 3, your actions are translated into your results. This is the part that's easiest for people to understand. That if they nail 2 boards together, they've got 2 boards nailed together. If they nail enough of them together, they have a house. Now, that is why mindset is so important. What you have within you, what you are thinking about right now, are the seeds of your results tomorrow and the next day. So if you keep your thinking on what you're worried about, what you don't want to happen, then that's the only possible thing that can happen. But if you put your thinking on what you might like to have happen, then that becomes a possibility. And that leads us to point number 2. Point number 2 is to stay in the mind of possibility. Ask yourself, if I could have this situation be any way I would love it to be, if it could be perfectly ideal for me, how would I like it to be? And write it down. Write it down because nothing can happen unless it is first a thought. The reason that you have more power within you than any circumstance you will face is because of your ability to think about things. Everything is created twice. Everything. I mean, look around the world. Everything was first a thought before it was an idea. The clothes you're wearing, the device you're watching this on, someone had to have that thought before it could become a possibility. So getting where you want to go in life is a little bit like learning alpine skiing. One year I was learning alpine skiing and the instructor told me, if you look at the trees, you're going to crash. So look between the trees. The objects in your life, the obstacles in your life may be stressing you out, but if you look between the objects, if you look between the obstacles in your life, you will see the opportunities. I once wrote down 4 things that I wanted in a job. I wanted to work outside, I wanted to get well paid, I wanted to get along with the people that I was working with, and I wanted to have a flexible schedule. I had no idea how this job was going to work out. And in fact, I wasn't even actively looking for it. 2 months later, someone tapped me on the shoulder, and I wound up with a job where I got to work outside. I got along so well with the person that I'm still friends with them today. I got well paid for my efforts, and we scheduled on a case-by-case basis. Nothing can become a possibility in your life unless you are willing to think it first. And this leads me to my third point. Ask yourself, how would it feel if everything had already worked out? And once you develop a relationship with that feeling, live from that feeling as much as you can. Now, this does a couple of different things for you. One, it's really great for your health. Your sympathetic nervous system turns off, and your body is able to rest and relax and rebuild, and that is a really good thing for you. Two, it allows you to be creative. If you are stressed out about some obstacle, chances are all your blood is in your limbic brain, and your prefrontal cortex, whose activity is correlated with your creativity, is completely offline. So it does seem backwards, but allowing yourself to feel like you already have the result before you do helps you get it. And I know that this may seem trivial, and it may seem even a little irrational, but I have a secret for you. The rational mind can't come to any conclusion that it doesn't already have information about. So if you want to get somewhere that you don't already have information about, and chances are you wouldn't be stressed if you already had information about how to get there. If you want to get there, then you have to be a little bit irrational to gain new information. Because if we go back to that results formula, if you recognize if you're feeling good, you are going to be doing things that lead to the results that you're looking for. If you have found this video to be helpful in any way or informative, please click the subscribe button and like the video. If you are interested in learning more about structures of support that help people get where they're going, experience greater mental, emotional, and freedom in the world in their circumstances, check out the Griffin Institute in the link in the description below. And I hope you have a really great time navigating away from the obstacles, both in your mind and in your world, and towards what you would love to have in your circumstances.